Good afternoon. Thank you very much for your patience. Sorry we're late. The Secretary General will start with some introductory remarks and then we'll have time for just a couple of questions. Secretary General.
Good afternoon. We have just finished a constructive meeting of the NATO-Russia Council. We had a broad agenda and discussed pressing international security issues. We share a common vision for Afghanistan as a country that is secure, stable, and at peace with itself and the wider region. Our assessments of the progress made towards that strategic goal may sometimes differ, but our objectives with regard to Afghanistan and the broader region coincide. Today we launched the second phase of the NATO-Russia Trust Fund for the maintenance of helicopters in Afghanistan. This will expand our support for the Afghan Air Force by providing training to technicians on more types of helicopter and in new areas such as developing the Afghan Air Force's medical evacuation capability. This project is of great value to Afghanistan, and it shows the NATO-Russia Council efforts can contribute to security and stability in Afghanistan. This year we'll also take further steps in our counter-terrorism projects. In June, we will be testing for the first time a technology we developed jointly to detect explosives in crowded places. The test will be held in a metro station in a European capital. And in September, the NATO-Russia Joint Air Traffic System will conduct a live exercise to defend against terrorist threats to civilian aircraft. These are concrete examples of our expanding cooperation. One area where we have maintained an active dialogue but made limited progress remains missile defense. It's important that we keep working on this. We have the opportunity to re-energize our dialogue, and we should use it. This morning, in a separate session at 28, NATO foreign ministers agreed a statement on North Korea, which I expect you have already seen. We condemn in the strongest possible terms North Korea's continued development of ballistic missile and nuclear weapons and its recent inflammatory and threatening rhetoric. These provocative actions are in direct violation of United Nations Security Council resolutions and seriously undermine regional stability, jeopardize the prospects for lasting peace on the Korean Peninsula, and threaten international peace and security. We urge North Korea to refrain from further provocative acts, abide by its international obligations, abandon all nuclear weapons and ballistic missile programs, and engage in credible and authentic talks on denuclearization. We also focused on developments in the Middle East and North Africa. Je condamne avec fermeté l'attentat commis contre l'ambassade de la France à Tripoli. j'exprime toute ma sympathie avec ceux qui ont été affectés et ma pleine solidarité avec la France. The Patriot deployment in Turkey is proof of the commitment and capability of NATO allies to deter threats and defend Turkey. Collective defense is at the core of NATO's mandate, and our solidarity with our ally Turkey remains rock solid. Since we last met in December, the situation in Syria has dramatically deteriorated. This worsening crisis continues to pose a threat to regional stability. We are extremely concerned about the humanitarian situation and the daily suffering of the Syrian people. We are extremely concerned about the risk of a regional spillover. Our ally Turkey has faced cross-border incidents and massive refugee flows. And we are extremely concerned about the use of ballistic missiles in Syria and the possible use of chemical weapons. There is no call for NATO to play a role, but if these challenges remain unaddressed, they could directly affect our own security. So we will continue to remain extremely vigilant. And with this, I'm ready to take your questions.